Hi, welcome to the Christian Tiffany channel. I'm Christian.
And I'm Tiffany.
And together we're Christian and Tiffany.
Dun, da, da.
Hey, I want to thank you for stopping by our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, be sure to subscribe and
please.
Click that bell and you'll get notifications of the videos that we're doing. We're in the series of leadership coaching, and today we're talking about what a coach can do for me.
What can a coach do for me?
That's a fantastic question, Tiffany.
What can a coach do for me?
So let's dive right into it. What can a coach do for me? I think one of the best things before we begin to dive into this conversation, and one of the objections that I had about coaching was, why can't I just go to a friend or a podcast?
I mean, this is the age of self-help.
Exactly.
There's so many amazing, really, really good resources out there for personal development and growth. I mean, like, what are some of them? We've got books.
Yep.
Incredible books.
Podcasts.
Podcasts.
Got YouTube.
YouTube channels.
Yeah.
There are, oh my gosh. Friendships, just relationships, mentorships that you already have in your life. Just to name a few, right?
Yeah.
So there's tons of resources out there to help us grow. So why can't we just do it ourselves? Why do we need a coach?
It's a great question.
Let's talk about that.
Let's dive into friendship first, because that's the one I think
for everybody. We'll go into that too. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's go into friendship, because that's the first. I feel like mentor, friend, like they can kind of fall into the same category.
So Christian and I kind of disagreed on this a little bit, and so I think that we should have that conversation here because, you know, we're blessed to have some very incredible, wonderful friends that we go to often when we need somebody to help kind of talk through some stuff for us, right?
Right.
Christian is very quick to just make a phone call and be like, hey, this is what I'm going through. Let's talk about it. I think for me as a woman, I tend to hesitate and I only pull on my friends when I really, really need their help. So maybe you're like Christian, you've got tons of people and you call them all the time. And maybe you're like me, you've got friends that you need in a pinch, but you really don't want to inconvenience them. You feel kind of bad imposing, you know, they've got their own struggles, that kind of thing. Either way, coaching plays into this in an even greater level than available friends, not available friends. So let's talk about that.
Jump in. Let's hear your perspective.
Okay. So when you are getting together with a friend because you're working through something, any kind of friendship or relationship that you have in that sense, there's like this give and take, right?
Yep.
We get together. What's going on with you? Okay, well, enough about me. What's going on with you? And it's this back and forth, and that there's this mutual supporting and loving each other, and which is totally important and essential in a relationship. And you do start to feel like if you pull too much on that friendship, you feel bad. Like, I've already called them 3 times. I know they have their own issues. I don't want to bother them with mine. I'll give an example. When I was walking through my mom's last days here on this earth and dealing with her being on hospice, my friend found out that her husband wanted a divorce, and she didn't tell me because she felt like I was going through enough that she didn't want to add to my burdens. And so relationships have that give and take dynamic of they really aren't necessarily available all the time in your own mind because you feel like, you know, they've got their own troubles. So what a coach is there for you specifically and indefinitely for you, for your needs. There is that camaraderie and that connection that is absolutely important in a coaching environment. But when you meet with your coach, it is all about you. And a coach may share from their own personal experiences, but only if it's going to benefit you in that conversation. And so it is a dedicated and devoted relationship for you and your personal growth, whereas a friendship is more of a give and take. What else can a coach do that a friendship doesn't necessarily provide?
Well, I think, number one, they're there to encourage you no matter what. And so they're always there to be your greatest cheerleader, to encourage you, to say, hey, I believe in you.
No conditions.
You've got this. Yep. You've got what it takes.
Yeah.
They're also not partial. Like, they're not going to have, they shouldn't be given their own opinions and advice. They're there for you because of you. It's one of those times in life where it really is just about you in that session, kind of getting to the next level. So there shouldn't be these biases or, free-floating thoughts or random advice that they give you. It really is to help guide you. Versus a friendship, man, they love you and they see areas of your life that maybe the coach isn't going to see or doesn't see because it's not specific to that topic that you're talking about. So, friends might give some advice that maybe you feel obligated to kind of take and it's not your own.
Maybe the advice is more in their interest rather than your interest. But ultimately, the number one difference is that Coaches are trained specifically to help walk you through these situations and circumstances through asking the right questions to get you to really be introspective and process through. So where friends are excellent listeners, they're not necessarily equipped to help guide you to that solution. Friends are great to say, I'm so sorry you're going through this. They can empathize, they can have compassion, they can pray for you. But a coach is specifically trained to help you get to the other side of it by giving you specific tools and processes to get to that other side.
Ooh, that's good. I'll take it.
Okay, what about a book? I can read a book that can tell me everything that a coach would tell me. Why do I need a coach?
Ooh, that's good. That's good. I think our minds start to wonder a lot. If you're like me, your mind starts to wonder. And so I would see the lens of what that book is saying, just like a podcast. You know, you're going to listen to it and it's great useful advice and it's practical and it's there. However, I have a certain mindset towards that and I'm going to view the words in that book coming back at me through my own lens, through my own filter, and might misrepresent or misunderstand some of the things that are going on there. It's really hard to just coach yourself.
So ultimately, a coach is a conversationalist. A book is not going to have a conversation with you. A book is going to give you knowledge and information, and then you process it at whatever level. And we could say the same exact thing about podcasts, right? It's just knowledge being imparted vocally versus you reading it. But it's all this information that you can apply to your life, but it can be incredibly overwhelming because it's like, okay, I got to fix this, that's right. Oh, that's true. That's profound. That's cool. But what do I do with all the knowledge? And what a coach can do for you is you get all of that knowledge and then the coach says, well, let's figure out what to do about that knowledge. You had this profound circumstance where you're like, I have such a desire to do this thing, but I don't know how to do it. So a coach is going to have that brainstorming sort of conversation with you that's going to help lead you to actual steps towards achieving and accomplishing what you want to achieve and accomplish. And a book's not going to do that for you.
Right.
Yeah. Okay. What about, like YouTube?
Yeah. Well, YouTube's great because I think, again, it's like the podcast, right? It's one directional. So you're taking in knowledge, you're taking in input, you're taking in advice, but that's it. It's not conversational. It's not coming back. It's not, there's no questions.
Yeah. Well, and a lot of times the YouTube videos and podcasts and stuff, they're not going to be specific to you and your story. So a coach is responsible for really getting to know you and your story. And, a truth that is spoken to me is going to resound differently than that same exact truth being spoken to Christian because we're different people with different histories and different backgrounds. And so, a coach kind of understands where you're coming from. They get to know you very well through the process of coaching if you're really being honest and open with your coach like you should be. And so they can help you process through different
thoughts, emotions to get results and actions.
Yeah. So that they help you with that knowledge and they help you translate that knowledge into the right kind of action to help you grow with where you want to grow.
Absolutely.
So a coach is responsible for listening to you, right? A coach is responsible for being your unconditional support and cheerleader. They believe in you. They want to see you do well. They're not going to be like, ugh, okay, I'm so tired of your drama. I'm out of here. Like coaches are in for the drama. They're in. We're here for you. We're going to get through this. We're in. We are on your team 100%. Now, there may be situations in a coaching relationship where you may mutually decide that maybe I'm not the best coach for you. Right? And that's okay. A coach's job is then to help you find the coach that will really be able to handle whatever it is that you're going through. And so making a connection is really important. But a coach is never going to leave you hanging. It's never going to say, I'm done with you. A coach is always going to help move you forward, even if that means moving you to another coach.
Absolutely.
And then accountability.
Yeah.
That's something that books and podcasts and self-help knowledge isn't going to give you is accountability. So let's talk about the coach's role as an accountability partner.
Yeah. So, the coach's role as an accountability partner is they're going to set specific next steps by the end of the meeting. So you say, I have this topic I want to talk about. We're diving into it. And we've kind of worked our way through it. At the end, there's going to be action steps, right? There's going to be some kind of goals. There's going to be next steps. During that next steps, before you meet again, the coach is going to ask, on the next meeting, what did you do to follow up with all these steps? Did you do them? Did you implement the plan that you created, that you said you wanted to do, and follow through with that? So there's the accountability at the end of that process, at the end of that week, to go, this is what we talked about last time. These are the steps that you said you were going to take. Did you take them? And if you did, how did it go? Was it good? Was it bad? Did you have success in some areas? What wasn't so easy? What was good? What wasn't? And we can decide, we need to change that process for you. You might decide, hey, that goal is a little too audacious. I need to break that down a little bit more. Or, I'm having a tough time being accountable to this specific part of it, and really begin to, digest and unravel that and go, okay, well, what's there? Why is that?
A coach is also going to let you lead the conversation. And so, if you're in an environment with a athletic coach, for example, their accountability is going to look like, why didn't you do that? Go run 50 laps. There's going to be some kind of consequence or some sort of condemnation to help push you forward. But the kind of coach that we're talking about, the non-athletic coach, the life coach, the leadership coach, is always going to focus on your encouragement and on your motivation. And so let's say you come back and you say, I didn't do my homework. I didn't write out the outline that you suggested I outline, or whatever it is. A coach isn't going to say, bad, shame on you. A coach is going to say, oh, okay, well, do you want to help me understand what conflicts led to you not completing it? And through that, again, conversation, you might come down to, okay, I see I have some time issues. Let's talk about that this week. But the coach allows the client to guide the conversation in the sense of what's important to the client is what's important for that session. And it's got to move you forward. And if you're stuck on the fight you had with your husband, and so you're not really, your head's not in the game and talking about your business plans today, then that coach is going to say, well, let's talk about this fight with your husband, because that needs to be handled first before you can be productive in your business plans or whatever it is.
Right.
And so it's very strategic. A coach is specifically and strategically trained to help guide the conversation so that the outcome at the end of each session is going to lead you forward into growth.
Right.
And let's talk about the timing. So some people might be like, well, do I just go to one session and they fix me? What is it? How long does a coaching relationship last?
Let's unpackage that. Coach doesn't fix you. Coach is not gonna fix you. You're gonna fix you. You're gonna come up with the ideas. You're gonna come up with the goal setting, and you're gonna achieve it and get it through there. The coach is gonna encourage you. It's gonna cheer you on. It's gonna say, "You got this. You can do this, girl. You got what it takes."
Girl.
Right. Get in there and get that done. So I did want to kind of unravel that just a little bit, but at that part of it. And then I went totally blank, so you have to tell me again what you said.
The question you're supposed to answer is, how long does a coaching relationship last? What does it look like? Do you meet every week?
Everyone is going to be different because we each have different obstacles in our lives that we're going to face. And some of our unstuckness is going to require a little more oomph to kind of get out of that hole.
Yeah.
And some of us, all we really need is just a little pat on the back, and it's like, man, okay, I'm going to run with this.
Yeah. Anybody else that just thrives with affirmation? I mean, I will meet with you for an hour just to tell me I'm doing a good job, and that's all I need to hear, and I'm going to plow through. But sometimes we just need somebody to be like, I love it. What you're doing so good. That's amazing. Well done. And it's like, I can take over the world if I have people in my life, which I do, thankfully, that encourage me and affirm me like that. Not everybody's that way. So what a relationship with a coach might look like is, first of all, I would say that you really do need to do at least 4 to 6 sessions with a coach to really establish a change of patterns in your life and in your thinking. So it isn't just a one and done kind of thing. It is a process, and that coach is there to help you establish a new process and a new way of thinking and a new perception for the realities of your life, and that takes time. And so a coaching relationship could look like a couple of months to accomplish one particular goal of maybe restoring a relationship, or maybe getting healthy, eating patterns, or whatever, maybe to launch a new phase of your business. But typically a coaching relationship is a long-term relationship, because that coach, they are in it all the way through, all the way to the end. They're in for the long haul. And so let's say I establish a relationship with a coach and I do 4 sessions to work on this particular issue. And I feel like I've gotten some new revelation, new perspective. I'm moving forward and I'm doing well. I don't need to meet with that coach every week anymore. But it really would be great to meet with her maybe once a month, or him once a month, just for a checkup and to say, okay, this is how things are moving forward. This is working really well. This is some of the stuff I struggled with this week. And they continue to walk that process with you. A lot of coaches will have like sort of like a VIP or a retainer program where you can sign up with them and they're available for you whenever you need them. Text me, give me a call. We can have a quick chat. Email me whenever you want. And we're going to have, 1 meeting a month. Every month, and that's just part of this ongoing process, ongoing relationship, or twice a month, or 3 times a month, or whatever it may look like, because a coach really wants to see you succeed continuously. And so not every coaching relationship needs to be ongoing like that.
Right.
Sometimes it is just, we do 5 sessions, 6 sessions, I'm feeling great, I'm moving forward, and then 2 months later, I call up my coach and say, hey, can we meet? I had another obstacle come up and I'd love for your help. And so just like you have a pediatrician or a doctor, a dentist, you go in for your health checkups, but you also go in when there's a problem. And a coaching relationship can be similar to that they're just, you've got them on your speed dial. And when you need help, then you follow up with that coach.
That's so good. That's so good.
Yeah.
So today, again, we're continuing in the series on coaching. So we've talked about the different types of coaches there are, which we'll link that right up there.
Yeah.
We talked about what leadership coaching is and what it isn't.
And our story and how we're getting into coaching now.
Right. Today, what a coach can do for you. And hopefully you've heard through this kind of assimilation of information that coaching can get you unstuck. It can get you through that obstacle. They're
Moving
for
forward.
you. They encourage you. They believe in you. They want the best for you. They want to help you get to the next level, to really elevate you. So that's what a coach can do for you. And they have the tools, processes, abilities, skill set to take what you're doing, to take the really scattering of ideas, focus them in, give you goals, and drive results. At the end of the day, that's what a coach is going to do for you. They're going to give you the results that you're looking for by empowering you to come up with those solutions. So we want to make sure that you subscribe, ring the bell, do all the things that you do with the YouTube to get there. And
listen, down in the description, we're going to kind of list out what we talked about as well, but we're also going to include a link to our website and our social media platforms and some additional information. So if you would like to find out more about Christian and I and our coaching services, you can email us at info@christianandtiffany.com. Or you can follow our link in the description. We would love to meet you, chat with you.
Let's give them a gift.
A gift?
Yes.
Oh, I love that.
So here, we'll have to think how we can do this, but I think let's put our schedule in the link below.
Okay.
And if, maybe we should limit to like 100 or something, but we will give you a free discovery call. It's a call if you have questions about coaching, you want to know what that experience is like. Just schedule some time with us and we'll make that our gift to you.
I don't think we should limit it. I think everybody can have a discovery call. Because I'm a giver.
Everybody can have a discovery call, but you might be on a 3-month waiting list.
Reach out to us if you want to check it out. If you want to try a coaching session, we would love to do a free coaching session with you. Just reach out. We'd love to hear from you.
Awesome.
All right,
have a
guys.
great day. Bye.
Bye.